For instance, to give you an example, the very first thing that I built was this, me with the rest of the team really, was a tech demo that showcase how you can run something like generative agents locally on like a consumer GPU in real time within a game engine, right? And the way we approached it was to divide and conquer and define a number of subtasks and then have models do those subtasks as opposed to the general task of any of these things, anything that the agent may want to do. On one hand, that limits you because you're basically then, once you define those tasks, you're basically limited to those ones. And when you have to build another game, maybe you have to figure out new tasks. On the other hand, though, I believe that you don't always need the full-fleshed capability of an LLM to do every single thing that you do in a game.
Yeah.
And so you can take that hit as long as within the realm of what you actually need the agents or AI in general to be doing, they do that specific thing well. And maybe the other perspective on this is the fact that before I was working mostly on, let's say, enterprise AI, if you want. And there, like a single word off could have millions of dollars of implication if you are about like a bank or any other kind of customer. I think for me, working in games has been very liberating in the sense that embracing the weirdness and the sometimes funkiness of what models put out, and also like design around them. If the model, an example that I usually do is this example is a little bit extreme, but it's good for illustration. If the model is so dumb that cannot even speak proper English, you can make characters that are fun because of that, right? And so that's one example of how I think you can work around it. Maybe the very last aspect to this is the approach that many people have taken. So I would say more than many, most of the people who I've spoken with that are working in this space, including some of our conversations previously, have been towards, let's figure out what are the things that are fun for the players that we can do using the largest models possible. And then the problem of optimizing it, both in terms of costs and performance and latency and whatever, is an engineering problem that we solve later, right? And I think it's totally reasonable way to approach it. I'm trying to approach it in a slightly different way, which is, what are the things that I can make the models do to begin with? Let me put together a game that exploits these things and that is fun.